How's it going, everybody? I'm Sinead and welcome back to Indeed's YouTube channel. If you're like me, you have your fair share of experience when it comes to job interviews. But whether you're prepping for interview number 3 just this month, or your very first interview ever, your next job interview is your opportunity to tell a really great story about who you are as a professional. And your moment to do just that usually starts with a common interview question: tell me about yourself. In your answer, the way that you talk about your background and your motivations in your industry is key. Coming up right now, I'll share the 3 steps on how to craft a strong response and how to tailor that response for industries like food and beverage, construction, tech, and more. And because sometimes the hardest part of answering interview questions is just knowing how to actually start your answer, I've also got you covered with a bonus tip to help you start strong. So be sure to stick around until the very end for that. Step number 1, follow best practices for tell me about yourself. There are some key strategies for crafting a compelling story, no matter what your industry is. And we do have an in-depth video on this specific topic right up here. But for now, I'll sum up the highlights for you. Use the present, past, future format to structure your answer. Start by explaining what you do now. You can include information like your current position title, your current company name, the time that you've held your current role, or key projects that you're involved in that are related to the role that you're interviewing for. Next, transition to what you did before and finish strong with what you are looking for in your next career move. Keep it short and end with confidence. Hit your highlights, share your impact, and keep the conversation moving. At this point in the interview, you really don't even need to go into too much detail. If your interviewee is interested in learning more about a specific area of your experience, they'll be sure to ask about it. End your response with confidence. Don't fall into the trap of not knowing how to finish up your answer, because that can result in saying things like, well, that's me, or, yeah, well, I think that sums it up. Try saying, and that's what brings me here today. Or, and that's why I believe this role could be a perfect fit. Confidence. Tailor your answer to the role and the industry. Your response should be tailored to the role and industry that you're interested in. And that is exactly what we're going to focus on today. Now, before we get into how to create an industry-specific answer, please give us a like down below so that we know that this video has been helpful to you. And while you're at it, don't be shy. Please subscribe so that we can stay in touch. Trust me, you definitely do not want to miss out on our weekly career tips. All right, so now that you know the basics, it's time for step number 2. Conduct industry-specific research. When it comes to telling a great story, it's very important to know your audience. What will impact and move them specifically? Highlighting key skills and attributes that an employer is looking for in your response lets that employer immediately know that you have the experience needed to be successful. So here are some example industries and the qualities and skills that you can emphasize for each. Production and manufacturing could use skills such as organization, logistical coordination, and time management. Human resources may be looking for conflict management, presentation, and continued learning skills. Software development values programming languages, testing procedures, and problem solving. Loading and stocking qualities can include attention to detail, active listening, and sustained focus. So now that you know what information to include, how do you use this information in your answer? That brings us to step number 3. Tailor your response to different industries. First up is our baseline example, where someone is seeking to find a job in the same industry as their current job. So let's say that Martin is a manager for a mid-priced restaurant. However, Martin is making changes and interviewing for 2 different jobs, one at a luxury-owned restaurant and the other at a large fast food company. The luxury restaurant may want to hear about how he can deliver high-quality guest service. And they may also want to hear about his experience with seasonal or rotating menus. So he should be sure to discuss quality and exceptional customer service. For the luxury restaurant, Martin could say something like, I've been the manager for Joy's Cafe for the past 2 years and led a team of 20 in providing authentic, home-style Mediterranean cuisine. When I was promoted to the position, I prioritized improving our training program to ensure each waiter could meet and exceed customer expectations. I applied for the manager role because I take pride in delivering excellent customer service and experiences, and I knew I could make the most impact as a manager because I knew what it took to be successful as a server based on my own experience. Working at Joy's Cafe has been a great experience, but I'm ready for a new challenge, one that enables me to focus on higher touch quality care, like this opportunity in your restaurant would provide. Sounds great. Now let's take a look at the other interview Martin has with the fast food company, who will likely value efficiency and output. Yes, of course, quality and exceptional service are added bonuses, but based on the fast-paced environment, the fast food company is likely to hire someone who's adaptable, productive, and extremely efficient. Here's an example of how to illustrate those qualities. I've been the manager for Joy's Cafe for the past 2 years, where I train and coordinate 20 people. When I started in this position, I reorganized our training program, which reduced communication errors between our kitchen staff and our servers, and I maximized the efficiency of the restaurant by doing so. I'm passionate about streamlining operations, especially when it positively impacts the customer experience. I feel that I'm ready to apply my proven organizational skills to a higher volume establishment, which is what brings me here today. All right, so do you see how that works? We use the same core skill set, but we spotlight different elements in order to create a compelling story. A story that is suited to each industry. And with Martin's experience, he could very well be suited for each of these roles. It's easy to think that you should just be changing the future part of your answer, as in what you're looking for next. But as you just saw, we can actually tweak details about the projects that you've worked on and the motivations that you have in your present and past statements as well. All right, so now let's look at another example. Christine has 5 years of experience in marketing for a local construction company. Christine knows her stuff, but she's interviewing as a marketing manager for 2 different industries, a tech company and a wellness facility, both of which will be looking for specific skills, requirements, and personal characteristics. So let's go to the tech interview first. Some qualities and skills that a tech company might value in a marketing professional could include communication skills, meaningful interaction. Some tech jobs are completely remote, so this one is important. Organizational skills. Tech can be fast-paced, so organization is key to not missing any big steps. Diversity. Many tech companies take this very seriously. And impact. What kind of mark can you leave behind? When asked, tell me about yourself, Christine may say something like, I've led the marketing department at Tom's Construction for the past 5 years. When I joined, I was the only marketer on the team, and I had to educate myself on our in-house tech stack. I came up with a strategy to generate more leads, which led to an expansion of the team. And now I oversee, mentor, and educate a team of 3 marketing professionals. Prior to this role, I graduated with honors from Central University with a degree in communications. Although I am very proud of all the things I've been able to establish in my current marketing role, I've learned that I'm just as passionate about marketing technology, which is what brings me here today. I'm ready to take my diverse skill set to the next level with a company and industry that has more reach. Christine is showing impact in her response, showing interest in the role and expressing her passion for technology. Her skills and her experience are transferable to this position. Do you see how she did that? Now, she's also interviewing for a similar position with a health and wellness facility. They are likely to value qualities such as customer-centric campaigns. How will you help foster social connections while making an exercise routine enjoyable? Motivating others. Can you encourage members of the gym to enjoy their routine? Teamwork. Will you act as a team player? Christine can still mention what she explained in the tech interview here, but knowing that she's speaking with someone in health and fitness, she can tailor her response to incorporate some relevant language. So a great example may sound something like, I've been a marketing lead at Tom's Construction for the past 5 years. There I oversee email marketing and I manage a team of 3 people. Prior to this role, I graduated with honors from Central University with a degree in communications, but I've always been drawn to health and wellness. I was a yoga instructor in college, and I am fascinated by how nutrition impacts our mental health. I'm proud of all I've developed in my current role, but I'm ready to work with a company and industry that aligns with my personal passions. That's what excites me about the opportunity with your company. By highlighting different elements of your personal background, your work experience, and your interests, you can support your value across many different industries. Now, for even more information on more tricky interview questions, check out this video right up here. And then let us know if you'd like us to give you some more examples on how to tailor the tell me about yourself question for different jobs. All right, now let's move on to our final bonus tip. As with all interview questions, there is no cut and paste perfect answer for tell me about yourself. But there are some things that you can definitely count on. This question will likely be asked at the beginning of the interview, and you should be prepared to speak confidently about your experience and how it relates to the role. All right, so here is the bonus tip. If you don't know what to highlight for a certain industry, think critically about what you would want to hear if you were hiring. What were some of the highlights mentioned in the job description? What were some of the required skills that they were looking for? Now, think back to your experience and visualize how your background matches their description of what a great fit candidate may look like. And if you are still struggling to really make that connection to the industry, focus on sharing your enthusiasm for the position. Yes, sometimes hard skills can be taught. And what ends up being most attractive about a candidate is the enthusiasm to learn and the desire to work. All right, now let's quickly recap how to adapt a tell me about yourself response for different industries. Stick to the present, past, future format. Try to keep your answers short and remember to end confidently. Conduct industry-specific research and consider which skills a specific role requires. Tailor your response accordingly. The most compelling answers make it seem like it was inevitable that you end up in your target industry. And of course, do not forget our final bonus tip. When in doubt, identify what you think the hiring manager would care most about. Provide value, and of course, share your impact. Best of luck to you on your next job interview. Now, if you found this video helpful, please be sure to give us a like, subscribe to our channel right over here, and of course, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our weekly career tips. But we do have you covered right now with more tips about interviewing in this playlist, or you can check out this video for more common interview questions. I'm Sinead, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.